Motion 4 has done a lot of work to the text behaviors. There are whole new categories and several new preset behaviors. Let's take a look at a few samples of the over 100 new text behaviors. In this project, I have a single text object and I'll select it. You apply a text behavior by going to the toolbar and click on the Add Behavior icon, then search through the various categories of text behaviors. Let's try something in the highlighter category. Pirouette. Now that it's applied, I'll just play it. And each text character does a little spin up and down. I'll turn that one off and add another. How about text glow, flare in? Play that. Cool. Or something from the energetic category. Deal in. All of these examples have one thing in common. They each animate on a glyph-by-glyph manner. If you've been using Motion 3 or earlier versions, you may be concerned that some of your favorite text behaviors are gone from the library. Older behaviors will still work, like this zoom out behavior, complete with its controls. If you have projects with older behaviors, they should still work in Motion 4. The behaviors themselves may not be listed in the library or in the Add Behavior menu, but they will appear in the inspector and work as before. You can create your own text behavior with the revised sequence text behavior. Motion 4 gives you control over every property of your text down to the glyph, and the sequence text behavior is the tool to do it. Let's look at an example. Select the text, then let's go to the Behavior tool and choose Text Animation, Sequence Text. Some of the older sequence tools have been consolidated into this new behavior. Basically, you use this behavior to pick what attributes you'd like to animate and give it a set of target values to hit. You can set these values a couple of ways. Where it says Parameter, you can click Add, and a pop-up will let you select through your text attributes so you can choose what to animate, like Position. Once that's done, you can use the controls in the inspector or the HUD and set a target location for your text like this. Let's play it. I'll undo all of that. The second way, and probably the more fun way, is to use the Adjust Glyph tool. And as soon as I move or rotate a glyph, those parameters are added to the behavior automatically. Hold down the Command key and the rotation rings all stay on so you can rotate your text like you're rolling a ball. Let's play it. Pretty slick. Let's take a look at the sequencing pop-up because you will find these options in other tools as well. All of these options refer to the two conditions of the sequence text. In other words, how you go from the original settings of the text to the modified settings. The first option, 2, sequences the text forwards from unmodified to modified. From goes the other way, from modified back to the original. Through is like to, except that you round trip back to the original settings. And through inverted, of course, starts off modified to the original and then back to modified. Unit size is something we've seen before. What segments of the text are animated? We'll stick with character. Spread is important because higher settings spread out the animation among the units, characters this time, so that we don't have to wait for one character to completely finish its loop before the next one starts. In this way, you get more of an organic wave effect like at a baseball game. I'll set it back to 1. Direction lets you pick the order of the sequencing. Let's try center to edges. Nice. And random, I'll set it back to center to edges. Speed is pretty self-explanatory. Let's change it from constant to ease both. And we get a speed up and slow down effect. Loops sets how many times you want the sequencing to occur. This is affected by the length of the behaviors track as well. You can apply the speed to each loop, or the entire duration of the behavior, or per object like a word. With end condition and it's set to hold, the settings just hold their last values at the end of the last loop. Or you can use wrap, which repeats the sequencing, or ping pong to make the loops play back and forth. The end offset simply lets you change where in the loop you want to stop the sequence, so it doesn't necessarily have to arrive at the original or the target settings. Variance is like offset in that you can vary the amount that the text sequences from the original to the target to some value in between. Many of the text behaviors are customized versions of this sequence text behavior. As you can see, it is a very powerful and fast way to create text animations.